everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great day. It was a wild day for me. A lot of stuff going on with the cut downs and everything else in life, but tried to keep you guys up to date with everything that was happening, all of the moves, the 53, everything is posted out there, but wanted to talk about this roster move that was made in the form of a trade. And don't worry, I will be live later tonight talking about all of the moves, the 53-man roster. I'll give you the projected depth chart, all that stuff. So do not fear. I will be live later, but I appreciate all of you taking the time watching this one. You got any thoughts? I'd love to hear it. But the Eagles traded for Albert Okwuegbunam, right? Okwuegbunam. I think I said it right there. Okay. Yeah, we got him and a 7th-round pick. So essentially you swapped there in 2025, 6th for a 7th, and you got Albert O. Now, they were going to waive him regardless, but we didn't want to wait on the waiver wire because we knew somebody would pick him up. And funny enough, I was putting something together for tonight's show, and it was the notable cuts that were made today. And if you see there one of those longer names, this is in alphabetical order on the right there, but Albert O was there. And I wanted to talk about him because his skill set, man, I think this is exactly what we were looking for. And, well, how we went out and traded for him. So let's talk a little bit about Albert O here. And, again, love to hear your thoughts. If maybe you watched him at college in Missouri, whatever, you have, further information, whatever you want to throw out there, I'd love to hear it. But 25 years old, 6'5", 258. This will be his 4th year out of Missouri. 4th-round pick. Pick 118 in 2020 with the Denver Broncos there. And this dude, just this past preseason game had 7 catches, like 109 yards and a touchdown, I believe it was. That's pretty impressive. But, not too much in the form of starting, only 7 starts there, 54 catches on 73 targets, 546 yards, 10.1 yards per reception, 4 touchdowns, and only 1 fumble there in his 3 years. So, look, we talk about stats. You take those with a grain of salt, right? I think for me, this guy, he brings everything you want to the table. He's got the athleticism. He's got, the over the top. He can fight for it in the end zone, goes up and gets it. I mean, he does all the things that you want. There's definitely some things he can work on. And look, they've got Greg Dulcich and they have Troutman there. So look, for me, he just got pushed out because, better opportunities ahead. And I think this is the perfect landing spot for him. Now, something he needed to work on. He can block. I just think his toughness is in question at times. Look, I haven't watched him enough to sit here and tell you I'm an expert on him, but I definitely have watched him and tried to pay attention during fantasy times where I thought about picking him up. But I think this kid has a high upside, and it's not as the starter, right? So putting him with someone like Dallas Goedert and a Jack Stoll. Jack Stoll is that blocking tight end. You've got Albert O, who is more of that F-type tight end, that receiving guy. But at the same time, he's also just like Goddard in the sense that he can be a Y tight end. So that's good. You want somebody that if something were to happen, Stoll and Calcaterra are not filling in for Goddard. So, and this guy isn't Goddard either. That's not what I'm saying. But he's got the skill set and he's working on his blocking, working on route running, getting out of his breaks. I think that certain things he needs to do, a lot of time to do. He's only 25 years old. So I love the pickup. And we have 4 tight ends at this moment. Let's take a look at them here. So, as you know, the Eagles did not keep a punter. We'll talk about that later. So, there's definitely going to be moves made. People placed on IR, cuts, people placed all over the place. Things are going to happen here. So, just stay tuned. But right now, we do have 4 tight ends. So, I know they like Calcaterra. I know they like Stoll, but they brought Dan Arnold in for a reason, and that was to push Calcaterra for that receiving type tight end spot, that F-type guy. So, maybe Tyree Jackson. Nope, he didn't do it either. So you see that they were looking. Now Albert O steps in. I think, you don't necessarily have to do it week 1. They could roll with 4 tight ends off the bat here. And then after week 1, week 2, you kind of see how this dude's doing as he's getting up to the system here. And then maybe you let Calcaterra go, try to place him on the practice squad there. So I don't know, man. It's going to be intriguing to see how the Eagles play out the tight end position, but this makes me feel a lot better. This is an upgrade over any Dan Arnold or Tyree Jackson, Brady Russell that was here. So they were going to waive him. We got the trade in, get a little swap there. I'm all about it, man. I think this is a great move. Howie being Howie, you son of a bitch. And I hope to see you all later tonight, breaking this all down live later tonight. All the cuts, all the additions, notable cuts from around the NFL. Everything your heart would desire. I will be back later to talk about it all. So I hope to see you then. But until then, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!